right, 2:10 on the clock. Jeremy on the 1, Alex in 2, Hunter 3, Lewis 4. Caution on the straightaway, caution on the straightaway. That is clear. 2 minutes on that clock.
2 minutes left. After 2 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Jeremy Smedley, Alex Cross, and Hunter Hoyt.
Caution after Karen, caution after Karen. Clear. That's gonna be fun. I am? What day are we doing that? I'm not leaving, I'll be in town.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Alex Cross, Jeremy Smedley, and Hunter Hoyt.
I should be available Monday. I invited my friend to go do archery, but she's busy, so. Your friend? Yeah. Not a new friend. A special friend? No. You should invite her to meet me.
1 minute left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Alex Cross, Jeremy Smedley, and Hunter Hoyt.
Do you really? Currently, yes. I don't know. California. I think if you're not, there's a lot of
45 seconds left.
Yeah, no thank you. $35 seconds on the clock. Up next will be 13.5 four-wheel drive. Right behind you, right behind you.
30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Alex Cross, Jeremy Smedley, and Hunter Hoyt. $15 seconds left.
Whoa there, watch out
10,
for James.
9.
He's a pretty nice
8,
guy. He wouldn't do anything mean
7,
to you.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Jeremy Smedley done. Lewis McDonald done.
All right, that's
Alex
the race.
Cross done.
Just need Hunter to go across the line. Did he tap out? There. Yeah, there we go. All right.
All
there
drivers are
race.
finished.
All right.
Hunter Hoyt done.
Yeah, Alex, you won
The
a
race
novice,
is
but you
completed.
won the first round of qualifying, so kind of rigged if you ask me. Just saying. Next time you're going stock, you know. Yeah, you still won though. Yeah, well. All right, let's go ahead and get drivers checked in. Marshall's out to the track, please. Marshall's out to the
Vince
track.
Lim. Emily Weldon. Todd Murray.
All right, this will be the battle of the Todds this time around.
Todd Templeman.
All right, I need a couple marshals. If I get a couple volunteers out here, please. I got checks on everyone. No speed, no speed. We will be doing a heads-up start for this next one, so there will not be a call-out. So the order is going to go Vince, Emily, Todd, and Todd Templeman. Yeah. I don't know. Apparently, we're supposed to do heads-up on Wednesdays. All right, looks like I got marshals in all positions. Drivers ready, almost, maybe, sorta. You guys good? All right. Drivers ready, marshals ready, on the tone, less than 5. Caution sweeper, caution sweeper. Some very generous marshaling there out of David. David's the kind of guy you want marshaling your car. You might gain a whole half a lap, you never know. Todd?
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Vince Lim,
Okay,
Emily
now you
Weldon,
can go.
and Todd Templeman.
You're good. Todd, you can go. That was about to be a really fast lap otherwise. Caution on the step down, caution on the step down. Stay inside, stay inside, stay inside. Clear. We got 3:05 on the clock. Vince out on the 1, Emily 2, Todd 3, Todd Templeman 4, fast lap
After
13,
1 minute
1
left,
out
the
of
top
Mako.
drivers are Vince Lim, Emily Weldon,
Emily 13,
and Todd
5,
Murray.
fast lap. Gap between 1 and 2, 3.263. Gap between 2 and 3, 9.4 seconds. Between 3 and 4, 6.1 seconds. Emily will be debuting her new Vision B7 build.
After 1
Should
minute
be the
30
fastest
seconds,
car in either
the top
mod or
drivers
stock.
are
I
Vince
don't know what she
Lim,
ended
Emily
up putting
Weldon,
the
and
motor
Todd
in,
Murray.
but I have high expectations out of that car. 2:20 on the clock. Caution on the step down. Caution on the step down.
After 2 minutes, the top drivers are Vince Lim, Emily Weldon, and Todd Murray.
What insurance do you use?
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Vince Lim, Emily Weldon, and Todd Murray.
$45 copay on top of insurance. That's expensive. Or is that not expensive? I don't know. I'm still on my parents for my dad's insurance. I think I can until I'm 26. So my sister's off, but her job pays for insurance. So
1 minute left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Vince Lim, Emily Weldon, and Todd Murray.
all right, we got 50 seconds on the clock. Vince, new fast lap 12.756. 45 seconds on the
45
clock.
seconds left. Seconds left. After 3 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Vince Lim, Emily Weldon, and Todd Murray. 15 seconds left.
All right, Vince still on the 1, Emily 2, Todd 3, Todd 4.
10.
I'll let you guys
9,
decide who's who.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
Again, I'll
1.
probably need some volunteer marshals for the next round. Keep going until she calls you done.
Todd Templeman done. Emily Weldon done. Todd Murray done. All drivers are finished.
All right.
Vince Lim done.
That's a race. Drop your cars off. Get right
The
back
race
out
is
to
completed.
Marshall. 13.54 Heat 2 is up. Again, I'll need a couple of volunteers for this next round. Yeah, we only have 4 for this, so if we get 1 or 2 volunteers, that'd be great. Looking forward, Dan, Ryan, Darren, James, and Earl. What? Okay.
Dan Jefferson. Earl Newton. Darren Smith. Ryan Johnson. James Paulson.
All right, I got checks on everyone. No more speed, no more speed. Straightaway's closed. I need a marshal in the middle, a marshal at the end of the straightaway, and yeah, 2 more. So I get someone all the way down here at the end of the straightaway. That'd be great. Sweet. All right. Again, order's going to go Dan, Ryan, Darren, James, and Earl. And again, it's a heads up, so if you guys take running order on the straightaway, again, Dan, Ryan, Darren, James, and Earl. All right. Driver's ready, marshals ready. On the tone. In less than 5. Whoa, a lot happening. Whoa there, whoa there, whoa there. Yeah, we'll go with that. I didn't really see what happened going to the corner. There was someone in the way, so I didn't really... Yeah. All right. You guys got it worked out.
After
So
30 seconds,
James out on the
the
1,
top
Dan on the
drivers
2,
are
Earl
James
on 3,
Paulson,
Darren 4,
Dan
Ryan
Jefferson,
5.
and Earl Newton.
It's all sort of worked out here. Big shout out to Dan for helping me with my 4-wheel drive today. It's almost ready to race. I mean, I probably could have run it, but I would have had more steering in one direction, and I didn't really feel like doing that. Gap between 1 and 2, 1 second right now, 19.412 is the pace. James 18.404, Earl 74 flat. Gap between 2 and 3, 2.4 seconds. Between 3 and 4, 4.8 seconds. Between 4 and 5, 6.3 seconds. Earl has got really fast in the past couple months here. I like to see it. He's been putting in the time, putting in the work, and it is showing out on the track. 2:35 on that clock.
After 1 minute 31 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, James Paulson, and Earl Newton.
Ryan, did you break? Maybe? Okay. All right, you got 2:05 on the clock. Dan on the 1, James 2, Earl 3, Darren 4. 12.678 is the pace, or sorry, not the pace, is the fast lap out of Dan. 19.408 is the pace. 18.401 out of Paulson.
And Darren Smith.
Gap between 1 and 2, 3.2 seconds, so it is still very close up at the front of the grid. Darren and Earl now. Darren moves up to the 3, Earl down to the 4 now. So gap between 3 and 4 is 4 seconds. So Darren and Earl also have a bit of a battle there in the backpack. They are close on time, not on the track though. 1:30 on the clock.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, James Paulson, and Darren Smith.
Don't give me that look. I didn't know. That is weird. I did not know that they had... You know what I think? What? So that's the same as the 6.4. It's making a cord. Did you put the 6.4 mount on? No, but when I put the... You ended up with the 160T, same exact servo as I had before.
1 minute left. After 3 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, James Paulson, and Darren Smith.
I'll go through my stuff.
If you want. I've got it. I shaved out a little bit.
45 seconds left.
Yeah, let me know. I'll go through my stuff and see, because I think I might have one. I gotta look. Yeah, I'll go take a look in between rounds or something. All right, 35 seconds on the clock. Dan out on the 1, Paulson 2, Smith 3, Newton 4.
30 seconds
12,
left.
6, 7, 1 still the fast
After
lap.
3 minutes 32
19.46
seconds,
is still your
the
pace.
top drivers
Gap
are
extended
Dan
down to
Jefferson,
6.3
James
seconds.
Paulson, and Darren
7
Smith.
seconds last time by. We got 20 seconds on that clock. If anyone couldn't tell, I had too much caffeine today, and I will be
15
talking a
seconds
lot
left.
this evening. Until I get tired and bored.
10,
Or distracted.
9,
All
8,
right. We got 5
7,
seconds on that clock.
6,
Jefferson still leading us
5,
around. New fast lap 12,
4,
5, 5,
3,
or 5.15
2,
last time by.
1.
19.405 still the pace. Keep going until she calls you done.
James Paulson done. Darren Smith done. Dan Jefferson done. All drivers are finished. Earl Newton done. The race is completed.
All right, drop the cars off. Get right back out to Marshall. Ryan, what did you break on there? Oh, you want to make sure you... Okay. That's always smart, especially on a 4-wheel. And you look at those things... Yeah, you look at those things wrong and they fall apart. But that's just X-Ray for you. I'm kidding. X-Ray makes some good stuff. I do want to try one of their 2025 cars. All right, let's go ahead and get drivers checked in. Jeremy, Matt Hoyt, Matt Yoder, and David.
David Pyle.
Thank you, Darren. I appreciate
Yoder.
the enthusiasm. Sweeper, sweeper, sweeper. All right, let's go ahead and get drivers checked in. Need Jeremy and Matt to go across the line. Matt Hoyt.
Jeremy Smedley. Matt Hoyt.
All right, I got checks on everyone. No speed, no speed. That straightaway is now closed. Caution on the elevated corner. I don't know what we're calling that. We can just say caution by Darren, if that makes things easy. All right, let's go ahead and get lined up on the straightaway. Again, order is Jeremy, Matt Yoder, Matt Hoyt, and David. All right. Driver's ready. Marshall's ready. On the tone, here we go. Dan, are you running mod? Can you call it for me? Is this race 5? It's race 4. I'm up next. All right, 3:35 on the clock. David out in the 1, Matt Yoder in the 2, Jeremy in the 3, Matt Hoyt in the 4.
After 30
15:3:10 is
seconds,
fast lap so
the
far.
top
16:44
drivers are
is your
David
pace.
Pyle, Yoder, and Jeremy Smedley.
All right, we got 3 minutes on that clock. David out in the 1, Matt in the 2, Jeremy 3, Matt
After
Yoder
1
in the
minute
4.
left, the top drivers are David Pyle, Matt
His
Hoyt,
fast
and
lap out
Jeremy
of
Smedley.
Yoder. Matt been dealing with technical difficulties all day. Even though I thought I knew what I was talking about, evidently I don't, but that's no surprise. All right, David out in the 1, Matt Hoyt in the 2, Matt Yoder in 3, Jeremy in the 4. 14:584
After 1 minute
is
30
fast lap out
seconds,
of David.
the top drivers
16:44
are
is the
David
pace.
Pyle, Matt Hoyt, and Yoder.
I think it's time for David to go mod. Matt can agree. Matt started going mod, and he is fast. So fast he can't keep the turnbuckles on his car. All right. It's 2:05 on the clock. I'll be nice to Matt now. Let's pick on someone else. How about Jeremy? Jeremy, you could do
2
mod.
minutes after 2 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are David Pyle,
You could do
Matt
a
Hoyt,
mod in
and
your
Yoder.
stadium truck. Instead of, you could still run it in Novice, but it would just be really fast. I used to run mod truck. It was really fun, but it's really expensive in terms of tire cost. Mod's next. Goes mod and then 2 heats of stock.
After 2
Maybe
minutes
something
31
else?
seconds, the top drivers are David
I don't
Pyle,
remember.
Matt Hoyt, and Yoder.
And it won't let me check while races are going. 1:20 on the clock, 14:568 is your fast lap. 16:401 is the pace. David's up by about a lap right now. He's got a 10.7 second lead. Again, slightly rigged if you ask me, but he's probably running turbo again.
1 minute left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are David Pyle, Matt Hoyt, and Yoder. 45 seconds left.
40 seconds on that clock. Is that the B7?
30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are David Pyle, Matt Hoyt, and Yoder.
Good, okay.
15 seconds left.
The B7 for mod or?
10,
Okay.
9,
Actually, it's
8,
probably durability-wise, it's
7,
probably a better choice.
6, 5,
Mod is up.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Sweet.
David Pyle done.
It's mod now.
Yoder done. Matt Hoyt done.
All right,
All
David's
drivers are
done.
finished.
Yoder's done. Everybody's done.
Jeremy Smedley done. The race is completed.
Just so that you guys all know, Friday night is the next round of the series. Team Power Series this Friday. When I said we're going to reschedule the race because of the stock race, that's the last race here. We're going to move it back a week. Mod Buggy, Alexander Connolly said he's going to go super fast.
Vince Lim.
That's what he said.
Lil Puttin.
All right. Let's get everybody checked in. We got corner marshals out there. We need one more corner marshal up top, maybe.
Emily
In that
Weldon.
back corner. Here comes Yoder. I think he was back to back. Waiting on Ryan Johnson to check in. Is Ryan up there? Okay. So I need Ryan and Yoder to check in.
Ryan Johnson.
There's Ryan. Let's get Yoder checked in. We'll get them all lined up. Yoder didn't. Who is that? I need Yoder to go across the line. Transponder not working? Well, while he's doing that, I would just want to thank everybody. This has been the best summer we've actually had here, entry-wise. So I appreciate you guys coming out. Been super awesome. See if Yoder can check in this time by. I just think he wanted extra practice laps.
Yoder.
There we go. Okay, so we're going to all go on the tone, but line them up. Ryan, Vince, Alexander, Emily, and Yoder. Ryan, Vince, Alexander, Emily, and Yoder. Now remember, Alexander said he's going to go real fast. He said he's going to go real fast. Here we go. Everybody on the tone. Take it easy. You're qualifying. You're all on your own clock. We're just going on the tone. Here we go. All right. Nicely done. I wish I was in this. Real fast is Ryan Johnson. Throwing down a 13.3 first lap out. Wednesday Night Modified is growing, so if you guys...
After 30 seconds,
Whoa,
the top drivers are Ryan
whoa,
Johnson, Lil
whoa,
Puttin, and Vince Lim.
whoa. That was Vince sending it. Full send. Who got hit? She okay? Yeah, she's okay. She's tough. Yeah. Izzy, come here. Izzy. Izzy.
After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Ryan Johnson, Lil Puttin, and Vince Lim.
Come here. All right, Ryan out front, Alexander 2. Come here, Iz. Come here. She's like, come here, Iz. Come on. She's like, I'm not coming back that. Come here, Iz. Come on, up here. Come on, baby. There you go. You're okay. Did that scare you? Big meanie scared you? All right. Ryan out front, Alexander 2. Ryan, the only one in the 12s.
After 1 minute 31 seconds, the top
Alexander's
drivers are Ryan
13-0.
Johnson, Lil Puttin, and Vince Lim.
Alexander finally in the 12s. He's got a 12-9. 7 seconds
after
back.
2 minutes 1 second. The top
So
drivers
Ryan's
are Ryan
going really
Johnson,
fast.
Lil Puttin, and Vince Lim.
Vince in the 3, Emily and Yoder. Ryan's got a nice loose slipper, makes it easy to drive. Straight away, go outside on the straight,
2 minutes,
outside.
31 seconds, the top drivers are
All
Ryan
clear.
Johnson, Lil Puttin, and Vince Lim.
Closest battle is Alexander and Vince. They were 0.7. Let's see what they are now. Still 0.7. So I think Vince needs to get in front of Alexander.
One minute left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Ryan Johnson,
This
Lil
will
Puttin,
be the
and
track
Vince
for
Lim.
Friday. We'll be changing it up next week.
45 seconds left.
40 seconds. Going to be raining this Friday and Saturday. Vince in the 12,
30 seconds
12-9.
left.
Alexander
After 3
fast
minutes,
lap
31
now,
seconds.
12-6.
The top drivers are Ryan Johnson, Vince
In
Lim,
third
and Lil
place.
Puttin.
Third place. So right now it's Ryan, Vince, Alexander, Yoder, and Emily.
15 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
She'll call you done. Everybody keep going. You're all
Emily
live.
Weldon done. Vince
Emily's
Lim
done.
done.
Vince is done.
Lil Puttin done.
Alexander's done.
Ryan Johnson done.
Johnson's done, and Yoder is
All
done.
drivers are
That is the
finished.
race.
Yoder done.
So a lineup for the main will be Ryan, Vince, Alexander, Yoder, and Emily.
The race is completed.
Next up, first heat of stock buggy. Who do we have to add into this one? Somebody?
Chris Morrison. Todd Murray. Todd Templeman.
Gotta
Duncan.
add in, what's his name? Who? Remember, Tamaya guy.
What?
Tamaya.
Matt Hoyt.
Oh, Ryan. Yeah.
When he goes across, you gotta.
Ryan Brownlee.
All right, I need some marshals out to the track, please. I just need Emily across the line and a couple more marshals. I get someone at the Team Associated banner. If I get someone at the ProTech banner, then we'll be good to go. Caution on the straight or on the sweeper. Caution on the sweeper. Caution on the sweeper. Again, if I get a corner marshal at the Team Associated banner, someone at the ProTech banner, we will be good to start. Thank you very much, Lewis. Appreciate it.
Emily Weldon.
All right, I got checks on everyone. All right, order's going to go Chris, Brian, Emily, Matt, Todd, Murray, Todd Templeman, and Ryan. Again, you're lining up on the straightaway. Will be a heads-up start, so you will all go on the tone. Heads up, so line up on the straightaway like in race position. Yep. Again, Chris, Brian, Emily, Matt, Hoyt, Todd, Murray, Todd Templeman, and Ryan. All right, drivers ready, marshals ready. On the tone, less than 5, here we go. Caution in the middle, caution in the middle. I think it's time we abolish the yellow and blue paint job. Caution on the step down, caution on the step down. Clear. Caution on the wall ride, caution on the wall ride. That is clear.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Ryan Brownlee,
3:30
Matt
on
Hoyt,
that
and
clock.
Todd Templeman.
Caution after the sweeper, caution after the sweeper. All clear. Caution on the step down. Caution on the step down. All clear. All clear.
After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Ryan Brownlee, Matt Hoyt, and Todd Murray.
All right, we got 2:40 on the clock. Ryan lead us around. Matt in the 2, Todd 3, Chris 4, Brian 5, Emily 6, Todd 7. Fast lap goes 13.4 out of Chris. Brownlee out in the 1, 18.4.12 is the pace. Caution, straightaway, straightaway, straightaway. Stay outside, stay outside, stay outside.
The
Clear.
top drivers are Ryan Brownlee, Matt Hoyt, and Todd Murray.
All right, 2:20 on the clock. Sweeper, 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 sweeper. Caution, sweeper, clear.
Two minutes left. After 2 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Ryan Brownlee, Matt Hoyt, and Todd Murray.
All right, 1:40 on the clock. Ryan leading us around. Matt in the 2, Todd 3, Chris 4, Emily 5, Brian 6, Todd 8. Or 7. Yeah, my brain's going too fast. 13.4 still the fast lap out of Chris Morrison. 1:30 on that clock. 18.4.10 still your pace.
32 seconds.
Everyone separated by about 2 seconds now. Close battle now.
Hoyt,
Chris and
Todd.
Chris goes through. Chris up to 3. Todd down to the 4. Chris setting a gap though of about a second right now. So that is the battle to watch on the grid. Caution step down. Caution on the step down. Continue caution. 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 Stay inside. Stay inside. Clear. We got 1:05 on the clock. Caution after the sweeper. Caution after the sweeper. After the sweeper. Clear.
1 minute left. After 3 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are Ryan Brownlee, Matt Hoyt, and Chris Morrison.
One of the mats.
45 seconds left.
Caution after the sweeper. Caution after the sweeper. 35 seconds on the clock.
30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Ryan Brownlee, Matt Hoyt, and Chris Morrison.
All right, 1:15 on the clock. Ryan leads
15
around Matt
seconds
2,
left.
Chris 3, Todd 4, Emily 5, Brian 6, Todd 7.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Todd Murray done. Ryan Brownlee done.
Caution sweeper, sweeper,
Duncan
sweeper,
done.
sweeper, sweeper.
Emily Weldon done. Todd Templeman
All right,
done.
that's a race. Drop
All
cars off, get
drivers
right
are
back out
finished.
to corner marshal.
Matt Hoyt done.
Heat 2 stock
Chris
buggies
Morrison
up.
done.
And
The
then
race is
Dan gets a
completed.
lesson in how to create races on Live RC. All right, looking forward. Dan, Kevin, Earl, Rob, James, Brendan, and Clint. What? Mod? Oh, yeah. That's awesome. It's so much better.
Earl
Yeah,
Newton.
it's a great time.
Dan
Yeah,
Jefferson.
I was like driving on ice the whole
Final
my rear
drive
tires were,
ratio.
Like, I was spinning out around every corner. I was like, this is terrible. I need to go find new tires in my car. It was just-
Brendan Pan S. Switch. James Paulson. Clinton. Fearless leader.
All right, I got checks on everyone. No speed, no speed. That straightaway is closed. Straightaway is closed. Straightaway is closed. Order's going to go Dan, Kevin, Earl, Rob, James, Brendan, and Clint. Yeah. Kevin, very excited to be running stock again. He's been telling me all about it today. Again, order is Dan, Kevin, Earl, Rob, James, Brendan, and Clint. I'll save you for after 21 or after novice. After novice, I'll become out marshal. All right, driver's ready. Marshall's ready. On the tone. What? We need one more. Where? Oh, end of the straightaway. Sweet. Thank you, Darren. All right, driver's ready. Marshall's ready. On the tone. Less than 5. Caution at Karen. Caution at Karen. Clear. Sweeper, sweeper, sweeper. Stay inside, stay inside, stay inside, stay inside. Is that a pop ball cut?
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, fearless leader, and James Paulson.
That's impressive. I think you need to hit it harder next time. All right, Dan on the 1, James in the 2, Kevin 3, Earl 4, Rob 5,
After 1
Brendan
minute 3 minutes
6,
left,
12,
top
7, 8,
drivers are
2,
Dan
fast lap out of
Jefferson, James
Jefferson.
Paulson, and fearless leader.
Gap between 1 and 2, 1.6 seconds. Battle to watch between Kevin and James. They are not on the track together, but they are separated. Oh, now the gap's about 3 seconds here. New battle to watch between Kevin and Earl. Down the straightaway they go. Kevin's got a hair more pace right now.
After 1 minute 30 seconds,
Making
the
through a little
top
bit of lap
drivers are Dan
traffic.
Jefferson, James Paulson, and fearless leader.
Only a 10th separated now. That is still the closest battle of the track ever. It's separated by about 3 seconds.
After 2 minutes left,
Dan with
the
a
top drivers are
3.4
Dan
second gap
Jefferson,
between him
James
and
Paulson, and fearless leader.
Kevin 4 seconds back on James right now. Earl 1.2 seconds now is the gap.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, James Paulson, and fearless leader.
Undrel needs about another lap if he wants to make the A sort. Caution, straightaway, 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 clear. All right, we got 1:05 on the clock. 12:7 new fast lap out of Jefferson.
1 minute left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, James Paulson, and fearless leader.
Does make me feel slightly better that Dan hasn't gone faster than my mod car, but I know he can, and that's a little bit disheartening. We got 45 seconds on the
45
clock.
seconds left.
But I will put some new rear tires on before I go out next time, Dan. So, yeah, better watch out. 12:09
30
that time
seconds
by.
left. After 3 minutes 31 seconds,
Everyone's
the
separated
top
by
drivers are
about 2
Dan
seconds
Jefferson,
right now or
James
more.
Paulson, and fearless leader.
Caution after the sweeper. Caution after the sweeper.
15 seconds left.
We will see how that changes things next time by. Earl might have got
10,
that position.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Earl does get that with 1
1.
second on the clock.
James Paulson done. Final drive ratio done.
Both of them tapped
Dan
slightly.
Jefferson done.
We'll see where that sits the overall here next time by.
Earl Newton done. Fearless leader done.
All right.
The race is completed.
Where did I end up shaking up? That was a fast group.
You are sitting 5th. All right, Kevin and Dan, I will let you. Did you want to show them how to do the set up the mains? Okay.
Lewis McDonnell.
There you go. Because you used to have to drag each one position.
Otherwise, they'd be in back to back or whatever.
All right, heat sheets are up. We'll start, and let's just start at 7:30. Let's make it 7:30. That's 9
Lewis
minutes.
McDonnell.
Gives you enough time to get your stuff all ready. Start up with novice in 9 minutes. A main of stock will be out to corner marshal. All right, so here's what we're going to do with we got two B mains. The winner of B main number 1 goes to A main number 2, and the loser of A main number 1 goes to B main number 2. We're going to switch them up. So you don't want to take last in your A main, unless you want to be in the B main. Three-minute call, 3 minutes.
Did you charge it from your last race? Okay. Did you drive it since you last charged it? Then you're fine.
Is it working, the live?
Mhm.
Because anytime I go on there, I can't see it.
The live stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going. It's on YouTube.
Oh, is that what you got on?
Yeah.
Oh, no, on Live RC?
Oh yeah, it doesn't show up on there. It shows up on YouTube.
On here?
Yeah. The live RC just gives you the results and stuff.
Did you actually do that? On YouTube?
All right, let's get novice drivers up to the track to get checked in. Let's get 75 stock drivers. You are out at the track to marshal.
Let's go. What are you doing on your phone?
Huh?
What are you texting?
My mom. What?
Where's the place to have the least amount of court marking? Right here.
Yep.
Go get him.
All right, let's get drivers
Dominic
checked in.
Mann.
Marshall's out to the track.
Let's go, Marshals. Stock buggy A main, Marshals. Call them out.
I know where to go. I have to click on it. All right, Dan, James, Earl, Kevin, Ryan, Matt, and Chris. You're out to the track to marshal. Again, Dan, James, Earl, Kevin, Ryan, Matt, and Chris out to the track to marshal. Need Alex to check in, Jeremy, and Hunter. Across the line, please.
Hunter Hoyt. Jeremy Smedley. Alex Cross.
All right, I got checks on everyone. No speed, no speed. That straightaway is now closed.
No, just hit the throttle and steer.
All right. Order's going to go Alex, Jeremy, Hunter, Lewis, and Dominic. So this is an actual race. This is not qualifying, so you will all go on the tone. Chris, I would love to have you probably marshal for the next round. Okay. Well, then I'll just have you stay. Okay. Thank you. Alrighty, maybe sorta again. Alex, Jeremy, Hunter, Lewis, and Dominic. Jeremy, you need to go back a spot, and then Alex, you go where Jeremy was. You were over the line already. Okay. Jeremy's in the 2. Then Hunter. I don't know. All 3 of you guys have the same paint scheme. Sure. All right. But you could. All right. Driver's ready. Marshal's ready. On the tone. Here we go. Well.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Alex Cross, Jeremy Smedley, and Lewis McDonnell.
Alrighty. Let's give you guys a minute here to get situated, and I will call out the running order. Earl, behind you. Come on, Earl. I thought you had eyes in the back of your head. Caution on the straightaway. Caution on the straightaway. Caution after the straightaway. Caution at the end of the sweeper. Caution after the sweeper. Caution after that sweeper. Caution at Karen.
After 3 minutes left, the top drivers are Alex Cross, Jeremy Smedley, and Hunter
I think
Hoyt.
everyone's driving right now. No. Caution on the step down. Caution on the double. Caution on the straightaway. I don't know. Just caution all over the track. Caution at James. Caution after James. Caution on the straightaway.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are
Caution
Alex Cross,
straightaway, straightaway,
Jeremy
straightaway,
Smedley,
straightaway.
and Dominic
Caution after
Mann.
the step down. Caution after the step down. Continue caution. Don't hit Ryan. Okay. 2:15 on the clock. Alex sandbagging in Novice. He is 4 laps up on the grid right now.
2
He
minutes
will be
left.
bumped out to
The top drivers are Alex Cross,
stock
Jeremy
next time he's
Smedley,
here.
and Dominic Mann.
Yeah, you have a 4-lap advantage, my guy. Earl put in some work over there.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Alex
Earl, for all
Cross,
your effort, I will
Jeremy
give you free
Smedley,
advice
and
next
Dominic
time you need
Mann.
help with your car. It's highly valuable to some people, but not most. Caution at Karen, caution at Karen. We got a minute still on the clock. So far, everyone's car is
1
still
minute
intact.
left. After 3 minutes 1 second,
This is
the top drivers are
durability
Alex Cross,
testing at its
Jeremy
finest.
Smedley, and Dominic Mann.
Don't hit Ryan. He's a nice guy. I know he wears a Tamiya hat,
45
but he's not
seconds
that bad, I
left.
promise. If he does break a foot, you can put it back together with a Phillips head screwdriver. Caution straightaway, caution straightaway.
30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Alex Cross, Jeremy Smedley, and Dominic Mann.
I bet Ryan gets a Phillips head conversion for all of his like carpet cars when he gets them. He's like, I don't own a hex wrench.
15 seconds left.
If he's feeling really special, he'll run
10,
a flathead,
9,
but you know, that's only if
8,
he's really feeling adventurous.
7, 6, 5, 4,
All right, we got 4 seconds on the
3,
clock.
2, 1. Dominic Mann done. Alex Cross done.
Need Jeremy, Hunter, and Lewis cross the line.
Jeremy Smedley done. Lewis McDonald done. All drivers
Alrighty,
are
there we go.
finished.
That's the race. Drop your cars
Hunter
off, get
Hoyt
right
done.
back out to Marshall.
The race is completed.
That was fun.
Maybe somebody else is in charge and you can say something.
Just a reminder, when you're up on the driver's stand, do not lean on the driver's stand or have your remote out past the little wall up there. You can rest your radio on it, but don't put your arms on it. Don't be leaning forward. It obstructs the vision for the rest of the drivers. Thank you.
Emily Weldon.
All right, let's go ahead and get marshals out to the track. Drivers, go ahead and get checked in here. This is 13.5 four-wheel drive, B sort. We're looking for Alex, Jeremy, Dominic, Hunter, and Lewis out to the track to Marshall.
Todd Murray.
Ryan's got a brand new fixed four-wheel drive. He's about to throw down some hot laps on you guys. Ryan's looking to take down Dan this evening. He might even put a mod motor in and run 4 mod. We'll see. By himself, but it'll be still be cool. All right, I need Todd go across the line.
Ryan Johnson.
Alrighty. I need a corner at the end of the straightaway, please. Corner at the end of the straightaway. End of the straightaway, end of the straightaway. Both ends. All right, Todd, go ahead and get checked in. No speed.
Todd
There we go. All right,
Templeman.
order's going to go Emily, Todd Murray, Todd Templeman, and Ryan. Ryan looking for that whole shot off the start. Can already tell he's going to go so fast. All right. Again, Emily, Todd Murray, Todd Templeman, and Ryan. Checks on everyone. Drivers ready. Marshals ready. On the tone. Here we go. Quick 2 overtakes there off the start. He's only got 1 position to make up now, and 5 minutes to make something happen. Ryan looking way inside there through the double. Down the straightaway.
After 30
Ryan up
seconds,
into the 1 spot.
the top drivers are Ryan Johnson, Emily Weldon, and Todd Templeman.
Ryan out for vengeance after Q1. Don't tell him this, but that's why I didn't run. I knew he was going to be faster than me, and I didn't want to let him know that. 4:10 on the clock. We got Ryan on the 1, Todd Templeman in the 2, Emily in the 3. Todd goes up to the Murray in the 3. Emily goes down to the 4. We still got 4 minutes on the clock, though. Anything can happen.
After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Ryan Johnson, Todd Templeman, and Todd Murray.
.330 on the clock. Ryan leading us around. Todd Templeman in the 2, Todd Murray in the 3,
After 1 minute
Emily in the
31
4.
seconds, the top drivers are Ryan
Ryan
Johnson,
with
Todd
an
Templeman,
11.4
and
second
Todd
lead
Murray.
right now on the grid. Murray going up to the 2, Templeman in 3, Emily in the 4. All right, we got 3 minutes on the clock. Ryan still leading us around. Todd Murray in the 2,
3
Todd
minutes
Templeman in the 3,
left.
Emily
After
in the
2
4.
minutes 1 second,
12.654
the top
fast
drivers
lap
are
on
Ryan
the clock.
Johnson, Todd Murray, and Todd Templeman.
Only slightly humbling that Ryan's going as fast as I did in mod in a stock car, but that's okay. 2:40 on the clock.
After 2 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Ryan Johnson, Todd Murray, and Todd Templeman.
All right, we got 2 minutes on the clock. Ryan out 23:505, Todd 25:01, Emily 25:09, Todd Templeman 19:501. So
2
Ryan
minutes
does have a
left.
3-lap lead on the grid
After
right
3
now. The
minutes 2
20-second
seconds,
gap between him
the
and
top
second
drivers
place.
are Ryan Johnson, Todd Murray, and Emily Weldon.
Ryan definitely wants that B main bump. We have 1:30 on that clock. Ryan's still out in the 1, Todd in the 2, Emily
After
3,
3
Todd in the
minutes
4.
33 seconds, the top drivers are Ryan Johnson, Todd Murray, and Emily Weldon.
One minute on the clock.
1
Ryan's still
minute
leading
left.
us around. Todd in the 2, Emily 3, Todd in the 4.
After 4 minutes 3 seconds, the top drivers are Ryan Johnson, Todd Murray, and Emily Weldon.
45 seconds on the
45
clock.
seconds left.
Todd making his way up to the 2 spot. So Todd now 21:511 is his pace. He's got to hold on to that for the next 35 seconds. Caution on the step down. Caution on the step down.
30 seconds left.
Looks like that's
After
going to bring
4
the rest of the
minutes,
grid up
33
together
seconds,
here.
the top drivers are
Emily
Ryan
goes
Johnson,
up to the 2, Todd
Emily
Murray in
Weldon,
the 3,
and Todd
Todd
Murray.
Templeman in the 4. Emily's just got to hold on to it for the next 20 seconds.
15 seconds left. 10,
10
9,
seconds on the clock.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Todd Murray done. Ryan Johnson done. Todd Templeman done.
Just waiting for Emily to go across the line.
All drivers
All right,
are
so
finished.
Ryan, you'll be making the bump to
Emily
the A
Weldon
sort
done.
for
The race is
A2.
completed.
All right, 13.5 four-wheel drive. Heat 2 is up. So A main, we're looking for Dan, Vince, James, Darren, Earl, and Ryan. Ryan, will be in the. It's gonna say you're in this one. You're
Dan
not.
Jefferson.
Just come back for A2. We'll need a couple probably volunteer marshals for this next round.
Darren Smith, James Paulson, Vince Lim, Earl Newton.
All right, I do have checks on everyone. I need marshals out to the track, please. If I get some marshals out to the track. Got a downed car after Karen. Ryan, did you want that bump or something? Yeah. All right, I need a marshal at the end, both ends of the straightaway and someone up by me. So 2 marshals if I get 2 marshals. Anyone, I need a marshal at the end of the straightaway, a marshal at the start of the straightaway, and a marshal by me. Thank you, Chris. Okay, one more. Thank you. Thanks. All right, driver's ready, marshal's ready. On the tone, here we go. All right, after the first 30 seconds, we have Dan on
the
the 1,
top
Vince the 2,
drivers are
Darren
Dan
3,
Jefferson,
James 4,
Vince
Earl
Lim,
5.
and Darren
Fast lap
Smith.
12.801 out of Jefferson. We got 4:21 on the clock. 12.521, new fast lap out of Jefferson, so he has now gone as fast as my four-wheel or my 2-mod. That's good for him, I guess. Gap between 1 and 2, 2.9 seconds. 23.501 is the pace. 22.509 out of Lamaco.
After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Vince Lim, and Darren Smith. After 1 minute 31 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Vince Lim, and James Paulson.
.305 on the clock. Dan still leading us
3
around
minutes left.
24.511.
After 2 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Dan
Vince
Jefferson,
23.510,
Vince Lim,
James
and James Paulson.
23.513, Darren 22.503, Earl 22.512. Everyone spread out by a couple seconds here. Close battle between James and Vince.
After 2 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Vince Lim, and James Paulson.
.210 on the clock. Dan still leads around. Vince 2, James 3, Darren 4, Earl 5. Battle still between James and Vince. Less than a second.
2 minutes left. After 3 minutes 2 seconds,
That
the
is
top
the only
drivers are
battle
Dan
on the track
Jefferson,
going on
Vince
right now.
Lim,
Caution
and James
after the
Paulson.
sweeper. Earl, you will have second place coming up on you here in a second. Thank you. Caution on the elevated corner. Clear. So Dan's got a 5-second gap on Vince right now. Almost a second gap between Vince and James. Probably less than that next time by. We'll see.
After 3 minutes 32 seconds,
Darren's got
the
a
top
7-second
drivers
gap
are
between
Dan
him
Jefferson,
and James,
Vince Lim,
and
and James
an
Paulson.
8-second gap between him and Earl. So everyone fairly spread out at the moment.
So Earl's gonna bump down. No, we better beat somebody.
Earl, you better beat somebody. You're going to bump down. Vince taps out. We'll
1
see where
minute
that
left.
sorts him next time by.
After 4 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, James Paulson, and Vince Lim. .45 seconds left.
.35 seconds on that clock.
30 seconds left. After 4 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, James Paulson, and Vince Lim. .15 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
5 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Darren Smith done. Earl Newton done. James Paulson done. Dan Jefferson done. All drivers are finished. Vince Lim done. The race is completed.
All right, that's the race. 21.5 is up. Drop your cars off, get right back out to Marshall. Looking for David, Matt, and Jeremy. This is a good warm-up for you, Matt, before you go to mod. Just take it easy, nice and slow. Drive your mod car like you drive your 21.5 car.
David Pyle.
Kevin using the force over here in the corner.
Yoder.
All right, I'm going to need a couple volunteers for this next round, a couple volunteer marshals. I need one at the Associate banner, one at the ProTech banner, and then we'll be good.
Jeremy Smedley.
Hi,
Matt
Dan.
Hoyt.
All right, got checks on everyone. No speed, straightways closed. Order is going to go David, Matt Yoder, Matt Hoyt, and Jeremy. Again, David, Matt Yoder, Matt Hoyt, and Jeremy. It's a triple if you try hard enough, but you do hit the wall. All right. If I get one more marshal, anyone. A volunteer marshal. Thank you, Lewis. Everyone needs to be more like Lewis. He's been up volunteering all night. We appreciate it. There's a lot of regulars here that I know don't. Just throwing that out there. All right, driver's ready. Marshal's ready. On the tone, here we go. Less than 5. Kevin, can we do another Cars and Comedy? Caution on the wall ride, caution on the wall ride. Caution, Karen, caution, Karen.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Yoder, Jeremy Smedley, and David Pyle.
Oh boy, Matt. Deep breaths, blink and breathe. Caution sweeper, caution sweeper. Sweeper, sweeper, sweeper. Stay inside, stay inside, stay inside.
After
4
minutes
minutes
left, the top drivers
Clear.
are Jeremy Smedley,
Caution
Yoder,
at
and
the
David Pyle.
elevated corner, caution at the wall ride. Is that a ball cup or is it? Vince, maybe I'll pop that back on.
After 1 minute 31 seconds, the top drivers are Jeremy Smedley, Yoder, and David Pyle.
See, Matt, mod's just more fun. I know Jeremy wants to go mod. He's like, this is too slow. I need to go faster. 3 minutes
3
on the
minutes
clock.
left.
18.5,
After
16
2
is pace
minutes,
out
1
of Jeremy.
second,
Fast
the
lap
top
goes
drivers
to
are
David,
Jeremy
the
Smedley,
14.835.
David Pyle,
David in the
and
2
Yoder.
spot. Gap between 1 and 2, about a second and a half right now. Jeremy utilizing the entirety of the wall ride there. David looking for an overtake, goes way wide.
After 2 minutes 32
Keep it
seconds,
tight on the pipe.
the top drivers are Jeremy Smedley, David Pyle, and Yoder.
Up next, we two-wheel drive modified, where I might not be going as fast as I thought I was going to. I'm going to try some mezzos this time around, see if that helps instead of the pro lines. But I'm not feeling super confident about them either.
2 minutes left. After 3 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are David Pyle, Jeremy
darn.
Smedley, and Yoder.
That's too bad. I was feeling confident about my third place standing right now. That's true. I'm not as concerned about that. 1:30 on the clock. David out in the 1, Jeremy 2, Matt 3,
After
Matt
3
4.
minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are David Pyle, Jeremy Smedley, and Yoder.
Yeah, I'm using fuzz bite fronts and that are worn out blue mezzo rears.
Fuzz bite rears that are sort of worn out, and it's like fronts that are.
Yeah. Well, I put Proline prisms on the rear, and I was doing donuts every time I touched the brakes. So
1 minute left. After 4 minutes 3 seconds, the top drivers are David Pyle, Yoder, and Jeremy Smedley.
got a lot of
Brake probably
yeah.
help with that, but
Well, I had it for when we had a lot of switchbacks and I was using a lot of brake, but this layout doesn't.
45 seconds left.
probably with fuzz bites, you probably. I think you need more brake with fuzz bites because they kind of stutter.
Exactly, and that's what I was set up for on with a lot of hairpins on the last layout. But I haven't really driven my mod car on this layout, so I didn't retune the car for it. I just threw tires
30
on it.
seconds left.
So I wasn't sure what car I was gonna run tonight. So
After 4 minutes 33 seconds, the top drivers are David Pyle, Yoder,
whatever.
and Jeremy Smedley.
All right, 20 seconds on the clock. David down the 1, Matt 2, Jeremy 3, Matt Hoyt 5 or 4.
15 seconds
Matt Hoyt
left.
though does have the fast lap of 14.647.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Just remember,
4,
Matt, if you're not going
3,
fast enough, you can always add
2,
more turbo in mod.
1. Matt Hoyt done. Yoder done.
It is mod.
All drivers are finished. David Pyle done. Jeremy Smedley done. The race is completed.
Modified buggy. Dan Jefferson, get across the line. I'll check you in. Dan dropping into mod.
Dan Jefferson. Lil Puttin.
All right.
Vince Lim.
We need 2 more corner marshals. One up in the
Emily
back corner.
Weldon.
And one by me. One corner by me and one in the back corner there. I'd kind of prefer
Ryan
if the
Johnson.
kid wasn't in the middle of the track and up on the corner. Would be awesome. Yeah, why don't you go in the back corner? Let's get an adult in the middle.
Yoder.
All right, line them up. Ryan, Vince, Alexander, Yoder, Emily, and Daniel. You can take this corner here. All right. Hold on, we're going to fix the banner here. Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. Driver's ready, corner's ready, on the tone. Less than 5. See how long it takes Dan to get up to the front. Emily did her yahoo. Go ahead. Well, Dan's up to the 3 on the first lap. I think Ryan's got some for a sweeper, 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 sweeper. All clear. Get back, get back, get back. All clear.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Ryan Johnson, Vince Lim, and Dan Jefferson.
Ryan, Vince, Dan, and Puddin. Nope. Now Dan, all over the back of Ryan. Puddin's there now too. Vince out in the one.
After
1, 2,
1 minute
3,
left,
4 all
the
together.
top
Oh,
drivers are Vince
Dan
Lim,
has a
Ryan
little
Johnson,
issue there.
and Dan
Falls
Jefferson.
back to the 4 again. Fast lap goes to Alexander with a 12.8. Oh boy. Run away, Vince, run away. Ooh, nice pass, Alexander.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Vince Lim, Ryan
Vince
Johnson,
on the
and
point,
Lil
Alexander too. Oh, they rolls it over, and Dan gets caught up too. So 2, 3, 4. Oh boy.
After
3
minutes
minutes.
left, the top drivers are Vince Lim, Ryan Johnson, and
Fast
Dan
lap
Jefferson.
12.7 out of Alexander. He's in 4th place. So Vince has got a pretty substantial lead here. 3.7. Dan just finally threw down the fast lap of the race at 12.6. Vince, Ryan, Daniel, Alexander, Emily, and Yoder.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Vince Lim, Ryan Johnson, and Dan Jefferson.
Oh no. Dan
2
looking
minutes
around.
left, 3
Vince
minutes
looking
1 second.
around.
The top drivers are
Look at the
Vince
lap
Lim,
people.
Ryan
He's at
Johnson, and Dan Jefferson.
23.509. Ryan's 3.4 back, then Daniel 3.1, and then Alexander 5.9. 23.510 out of Vince.
After 3 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Vince Lim, Ryan Johnson, and Dan Jefferson.
Vince is kind of all alone on an island now.
One minute left. After 4 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Vince Lim, Ryan Johnson,
1
and Dan
minute.
Jefferson.
1 minute left.
"45 seconds left.
Vince 23.508. Ryan 23.513. Alexander just threw down fast lap 12.62. So
30 seconds
Alexander's
left.
got the pace. He
After
just
4
needs to
minutes
stop
32
crashing.
seconds, the top
Like
drivers
that.
are Vince Lim, Ryan Johnson, and Dan Jefferson.
He has the fastest car on the track. $1 million arm with a 10-cent head.
15 seconds left. 10,
B1.
9, 8,
How many times could
7,
Alexander crash on a
6,
lap?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good thing you don't have to do it on a lap.
Dan Jefferson done.
Nicely
Ryan
done.
Johnson done. Lil Puddin done.
Waiting on Vince, Emily,
Vince
and
Lim
Yoder.
done.
Vince is done. Here comes Emily,
Emily
and here
Weldon
comes
done.
Yoder.
All drivers are finished.
Good job, everybody.
Yoder done.
Yoder, you had a 13.7. Emily a 13.8. Good job.
The race is completed.
Okay, so stock buggy B, the winner of this goes to A2. And then the loser of A1 goes to B2.
Final
Nice
drive
run,
ratio. Duncan.
Nicely played. Yeah, Dan and Ryan were battling, and you were just like, yeah, you go.
Brendan
Yeah,
Pan
you
S
go
switch.
ahead.
Todd Murray. Clinton.
Yeah, you were like,
That was $1 50-cent hit.
Yeah.
Todd
The car's
Templeman.
fast. I'm not. I was all too much caffeine. It's like, whoa. Oh, that was fun. All right. So I like about mod. Even if you lose, you're having a good time because you're going way too fast. I need Emily to go across the line. There we go.
Emily Weldon.
All right, got checks on everyone. Order's going to go Rob, Todd, Brian, Emily, Brendan, Todd, and Clint. I need one more corner marshal out at the AE banner that we can get started. Again, one more corner marshal. Anyone, anyone, anyone. Someone at the team associated banner. One volunteer, one volunteer, one volunteer. Sweet, thank you. All right, drivers ready. Marshals ready. Cars ready. Maybe, sort of. Cool. All right, drivers ready, marshals ready. On the tone, here we go. Caution wall ride, caution wall ride. All right, we got Rob out in the 1, Todd in 2, Brian 3, Emily 4, Brandon 5, Todd in 6, Clinton 7. Rob still leading us
After
around.
30
Todd in 2,
seconds,
Brian 3,
the
Emily
top
4, Clinton
drivers
5,
are
Todd
final
6,
drive
Brandon
ratio,
7,
Todd
fast
Murray
lap
and
13,
Duncan.
841 out of Duncan. Undro though out on the 1, 21, 5, 11 is the pace. Gap between 1 and 2, 1.057 is the gap. Half-second gap between Todd and Rob right now.
After 1 minute, 4 minutes left, the top drivers are final drive ratio, Todd Murray and Duncan.
3:55 on the clock. Rob Sillians round, Todd in the 2, Brian 3, Emily 4, Clint 5, Todd 6, Brandon 7, 13, 544 is the pace.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Duncan, Todd Murray, and final drive ratio.
All right, we got 3:10 on the clock. Brian out in the 1, Todd in the 2, Robin 3, Emily 4, Clint 5, Brendan 6, Todd 7. Fast lap goes to Brendan though at 13.544.
3 minutes after left. 2 minutes 1 second. The top drivers are Duncan, Todd Murray, and final drive
Brian's
ratio.
got a lot of space to work with here. He's got 4.4 seconds. Deep breaths, blink and breathe. Keep going. You got this. You got 2:45 on that clock. Straightaway, straightaway, straightaway. Sweeper, sweeper, sweeper. Clear. Well, sort of. Ryan's still there. Caution, caution, caution.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers
Ryan
are
taking
Duncan,
his life
Todd
into his
Murray,
own
and
hands there on
Clinton.
the sweeper section. He's like, I'm tired of these ankles. I could use some new ones. Caution on the double, caution on the double. Clear. All right, Brian out in the 1, Todd 2, Emily 3, Rob 4, Clint 5, Brendan 6, Todd 7. So Brian looking to make that bump to the A sort.
Two minutes left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Duncan, Todd Murray, and Emily Weldon.
We got a tap out here, looks like from Todd. 140 on the clock. Hopefully that's just a spur gear.
After 3 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Duncan, Todd Murray, and Emily Weldon.
Caution on the step down. You got 1:10 still on the clock.
One minute left. After 4 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are Duncan, Todd Murray, and Emily Weldon. 45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. After 4 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Duncan, Emily Weldon, and Clinton.
All right, we got 20 seconds on the clock. Brian's still out in the one. He's got to hang on to that for the next 15 seconds.
15 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Todd Murray done. Duncan done. Final drive ratio done. Emily Weldon done. Clinton done.
So
All
Brian, you're going
drivers
to
are
make the bump
finished.
here.
Brendan Pan S switch done.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
The race is completed.
But you can and you should. This is a A1 of stock. Oh, Heat 7. What? It's showing up over here.
Dan Jefferson. Earl Newton. Fearless leader. James Paulson. Ryan Brownlee.
It's still not showing up for you? Are you good? Okay. I need Matt and Chris to go across the line.
Matt Hoyt. Chris Morrison.
All right. Order is going to go Dan, James, Earl, Kevin, Ryan, Matt, and Chris. Again, Dan, James, Earl, Kevin, Ryan, Matt, and Chris. All right. I got checks on everyone. Drivers ready. Marshals ready. On the tone. Less than 5. Sweeper, 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 sweeper. Stay inside, stay inside, stay inside. Continue caution, continue caution, continue caution. Clear.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are James Paulson, Earl Newton, and Fearless leader.
All right, 4 minutes on the clock. James still out in the 1. Earl in 2.
Hour
Kevin 3.
minutes
Matt
left.
4.
The top drivers
Brian
are
5.
James
Dan
Paulson,
6. Chris
Earl
7.
Newton, and Fearless leader.
Fast lap 12-7 out of Jeppesen. Caution, Karen, caution, Karen, caution, Karen.
After 1 minute 31 seconds,
Caution,
the top
wall ride,
drivers are
caution, wall
James
ride.
Paulson, Earl
Clear.
Newton, and Fearless leader.
Caution, Karen. Caution, Karen. Continue caution right in the middle, right in the middle. Stay inside, stay inside, stay inside, stay inside, stay inside.
Three minutes
minutes on
left.
the
2
clock.
minutes 1 second. The top drivers are James Paulson, Earl Newton, and Fearless Leader.
2:50 on the clock. James out in the 1, Earl in the 2, Kevin 3, Ryan 4, Dan 5, Matt 6, Chris 7.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are James
Caution
Paulson,
straightaway,
Earl
caution
Newton,
straightaway.
and Fearless Leader.
Clear. He is somehow still in one piece after that. Caution after the elevated corner. That is clear as well. 2:15 on the clock. Caution straightaway, straightaway. Stay wide, stay wide, stay wide, stay wide, stay wide. Clear.
Two minutes left. After 3 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are James Paulson, Fearless Leader, and Ryan Brownlee.
All right, James lead us round. Kevin 2, Earl 3. Gap between 1 and 2, 6.9 seconds. Fast lap 12.721 out of Jeppesen. 22.502
After 3
is the
minutes
pace down
32
straightaway.
seconds,
James looking
the
for
top drivers are James Paulson, Fearless Leader,
gap
and Earl
here.
Newton.
Ryan all over the back. We'll see. 120 on the clock. Kevin now up to the 2 spot. Gap between 1 and 2, 6.4 seconds. 105 now on the clock. 22.501 still your pace. 22.510 out of Kevin. 22.513 out of Earl. Earl making his way up through the grid
After
here.
4 minutes 3 seconds, the top drivers are James Paulson,
We got
Fearless Leader,
12.721
and
still
Earl Newton.
fast lap out of Dan. 0.6 seconds is the gap between Earl and Dan right now.
45 seconds left.
Okay.
30 seconds left. After 4 minutes 33 seconds, the top drivers are James Paulson, Fearless Leader, and Dan Jeppesen.
Yeah, I know, because I want it to do wildlife stuff.
15 seconds left.
Yeah.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. James Paulson done. Earl Newton done.
Yeah. Okay.
Fearless Leader done.
Alright, love you. Alright,
Ryan
well,
Brownlee
I need to
done.
get my stuff from
Dan
my house
Jeppesen
tomorrow
done.
morning, for my hike.
Matt Hoyt done. All drivers are finished.
Cool.
Chris Morrison done. The
All right,
race
we're
is
going to go
completed.
right into round 2. So we will have Novice up next. All right, I'll talk to you in a bit. All right, so again, we'll be going right into round 2. So Novice, you are up. Looking for Alex, Jeremy, Hunter, Lewis, and Dominic. Hey, Kevin. Could you start this so I can get my car on the charger? Thanks. Thanks.
All right, let's get them checked in.
Dominic Mann, Alex Cross. Hunter Hoyt.
Let's get Jeremy and Lewis. We need our corner marshals out here from A main of Stock Buggy. Corner marshals from A main of Stock Buggy to the track.
Lewis McDonnell.
Where's Lewis? Check it in. Oh, do you have a transponder? Yeah. There we go. Jeremy, check it in, and we're ready to go once we get our corner marshals. Jeremy across the line.
Jeremy Smedley.
There we go. Line them up. It's going to go Alex, Jeremy, Hunter, Lewis, and Dominic. Alex in the 1. Okay, now I want you guys to take it easy. Slow into the corner, fast out, and just try and keep from crashing. Here we go. On the tone in less than 5. Easy, 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 easy. Let's put him on the other side. There we go. Oh boy. Easy does it, everybody. Smooth will make you way faster. Crashing will not make you
After
faster.
30 seconds,
So
the top
leader
drivers are Dominic Mann, Hunter Hoyt, and Jeremy
didn't
Smedley.
crash that lap, and all 4 other cars crashed that lap. All right. Settle in here now. Take it easy.
After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Dominic Mann, Alex Cross, and Hunter Hoyt.
All right, 2:45 on the clock. Dominic out in the 1, Alex 2, Jeremy 3, Hunter 4, Lewis 5.
After 1 minute 31 seconds, the top drivers are Alex Cross, Dominic Mann, and Jeremy Smedley. Two minutes left. After 2 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Alex Cross, Jeremy Smedley, and Hunter Hoyt.
All right, 1:50 on the clock. He knows from experience.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds,
1:30
the
on the
top
clock.
drivers are Alex Cross, Jeremy Smedley, and Hunter Hoyt.
Oh, that was horrendous. 1:10 on the clock.
One minute left. After 3 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are Alex Cross, Jeremy Smedley, and Hunter Hoyt.
What? Yeah, there were.
45 seconds left.
You were the one who set it up, so.
Oh, I didn't set it up. You switched it.
Yeah, it shouldn't.
30 seconds left. After 3 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Alex Cross, Jeremy Smedley, and Hunter Hoyt.
Check with Kevin. might have to add a race.
15 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lewis McDonald done. Alex Cross done. Jeremy Smedley done.
One more, one more. Almost.
All drivers are finished. Hunter Hoyt done. The race is completed.
Hey, Kevin, I think it... Okay.
Where is it? Did you finish this one?
Enjoyed that too. Yeah.
Where the hell is it? Schedule. I think you do it here in schedule. Yeah. You go. What do we need to add? B main 13.5.
Yeah.
You go B. Double. You go add race. Same thing with A main.
I mean, we have 2.
I know, but I'm saying for 17.5.
I think we just don't have a B
Oh,
main of 7.
okay. That's it then.
Okay.
So you just can pull down now, or we can reorder if you want to.
That's fine.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
Thanks. All right, B sort of 13.5 4-wheel drive is up. No, B main. Emily, Todd, and Ryan. Actually, not Ryan. Ryan, you're in the A sort. Yes, but I changed it. I have that power up here. It's pretty cool. Well, I'm sorry. You'll be okay. I promise. All right, so Emily, Todd Murray, and Todd Templeman, you are up. Emily, you need a 1-minute call? Okay. I could get some volunteer marshals out of the track, though. Alex and Dominic, you are out to marshal. You're out to marshal. I'll have you take one of the ends of the straightaway, please. You good? Cool. All right, 4-wheel drivers, go ahead and get checked in. Track is live. Track is yours. Yeah, I should get one of those headsets that Brandon Dyke has, so I can walk around and do post-race interviews and stuff. Yeah, everyone wants to hear more of what I have to say.
Todd Murray. Emily Weldon.
All right, I need Todd and Ryan across the line. Templeman, you gonna make it? Ryan, I keep saying your name. Don't come up here yet. You're not. We don't need you yet. You're just on the board, and so I keep reading it in order. So you're in the next one. Yeah. I've called myself out in races that I wasn't actually in because it was on the board. No, you're bumped up. I just keep calling your name because I'm reading it in order. I was telling Darren I've called myself out in races even though I wasn't in the race because I saw it up here. So, yeah. Big brain. All right, Todd, across the line real quick. Just backtrack it. Cool.
Todd
All right,
Templeman.
there you go. So order's going to go Emily, Todd Murray, and Todd Templeman. If I get a marshal at the end of the straightaway, please. End of the straightaway. Dominic, if I could have you over at the end of the straightaway, please. Right there. Perfect. Thank you. All right, drivers ready. Marshals ready. On the tone. Here we go.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Emily Weldon, Todd Templeman, and Todd Murray.
Feel better? I didn't set up this event, so I can't tell you why things are the way they are. Blame Dan. Dan's the one who set this one up. We're teaching him how to do it. Because Kevin and I are going to be out of town, so we have to teach Dan how to do all this stuff. So blame him if anything was wrong.
After 1 minute left, the
4
top
minutes on the
drivers
clock.
are Emily Weldon, Todd Murray, and Todd Templeman.
Sleeper, clear.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Emily Weldon, Todd Murray, and Todd Templeman.
All right, 3:15 on the clock. Emily still leading this round. Todd Murray in the 2, Todd Templeman in the 3. 13:737 is the fast lap.
After 2 minutes left, the top drivers are Emily Weldon, Todd Murray, and Todd Templeman.
Gap between 1 and 2 is 2.3 seconds. Todd trying to cut the corner in a very interesting way over there. .240 on the clock. How much would are? 15, 38. There's a barcode on the register for the batteries. Yeah, so there's actual inventory for it.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Emily Weldon, Todd Murray, and Todd Templeman.
Yeah, there's actual inventory for all that stuff. Yeah. I know, right? Yeah, they should be in the system. Okay, well, make a mental note when the count is wrong later that something like that. It should be in there, I think.
2 minutes left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Emily Weldon, Todd Murray, and Todd Templeman.
Look at me. What? I got distracted probably. All right, 1:40 on the clock.
After 3 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Emily Weldon, Todd Murray, and Todd Templeman.
Caution, wall ride, caution, wall ride.
1 minute left. After 4 minutes 2 seconds, the top drivers are Emily Weldon, Todd Murray, and Todd Templeman. "45 seconds left. "30 seconds left. After 4 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Emily Weldon, Todd Murray, and Todd Templeman.
Rob, you're going to do it?
15 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Emily Weldon done. Todd Murray done.
One more.
All drivers are finished. Todd Templeman done. The race is completed.
All right, I'm definitely going to need some volunteer marshals for this next round, please. Looking for Dan, Vince, James, Darren, Earl, and Ryan. Ryan looking to take the overall this evening in four-wheel after throwing down some heaters in the B
Dan
sort.
Jefferson.
Securing that bump by like 3 laps. I'm sure he appreciates all the
Vince Lim.
commentary coming from the RD
James
booth.
Paulson. Darren Smith.
All right, if I get some volunteer
Earl
marshals
Newton.
out of the track, please. Volunteer marshals,
Ryan
volunteer
Johnson.
marshals. I've got checks on everybody, but I have 2 marshals right now. If I get a couple more marshals, No more speed, that straightaway is closed. Order's gonna go Dan, Vince, James, Darren, Earl, and Ryan. All right, if I get some more marshals, I need somebody up by me and someone at the step down. One more marshal. If I get a volunteer marshal at the step down, please. Anyone. Marshal at the step down. Corner marshal to the step down. Anybody. Thank you, Matt. Much appreciated. All right. Driver's ready. Marshal's ready on the tone. Here we go. Thank you to James for showing some good sportsmanship out there. Much appreciated. All right, Dan, Earl, Ryan, Vince, James, Darren is the running order.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Earl Newton, and
Dan
Ryan
with
Johnson.
quite the gap.
After 1 minute,
4 minutes left.
The top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Vince Lim, and James Paulson.
All right, 3:48 on the clock. Jefferson out with a 7.5 second gap right now. 25:11 is the pace. Vince in the 2, James 3, Darren 4, Ryan 5, Earl 6. They are all within about a half second of each other. Down the straightaway they go. Earl
After
only
1
about a
minute, 30
straightaway gap. He
seconds,
is not
the
out of
top
this. There is
drivers are
still
Dan
3 minutes
Jefferson,
and 30
Vince
seconds
Lim,
on the
and
clock.
James
Just keep
Paulson.
it tight and consistent. Looks like Paulson rolled it on the wall right, so that's going to close the back of the gap up for Earl there. They are all right there. You're going to have Dan coming through here in a second. That is definitely a choice for... Going
3
through with the
minutes
rest of the
left.
grid,
2
we'll
minutes,
have
1
to make
second.
way for him to
The
come
top
around again.
drivers are Dan
2:55
Jefferson,
on the clock
Vince
now.
Lim, and Darren Smith.
Battle for third. Darren hanging on there. Ryan right in the back. Paulson all over the back of Ryan. There is no room for error. Darren hanging on. Ryan looking inside. He's got the speed through the corner there. Darren goes wide, tightens it back up. Ryan looking for an inside, looking outside. Not going to find it.
After
They'll get
2
on the
minutes,
straightaway,
31
down the step
seconds,
down.
The top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Vince
Darren
Lim,
keeping
and
that
Darren
door
Smith.
closed. Paulson making a little bit of a gap there for Ryan. Earl not far back from Paulson now. He has closed that gap again. Less than a straightaway between the two of them. Darren and Ryan down the straightaway.
2 minutes
After
left. 3 minutes 1 second. The top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Vince
Vince with
Lim,
a
and Darren
3.4
Smith.
second gap right now. You guys will have the leader coming up on you here in a sec. Please let him by when he comes through. .12.6 is the fast lap out of Jefferson. Darren keeping that door closed. Ryan tries to go through, not going to pull it off. Down the straightaway they go. Ryan two-wheeling, looking for that
After 3
inside
minutes,
line.
31 seconds.
Lets
The
Dan
top
go
drivers
by.
are Dan Jefferson,
Darren
Vince
taps
Lim,
out.
and Darren Smith.
Bit of an upset with 1:22 on the clock. There is still a lot of time for something to happen. Earl has gone up on the track, but he's still technically a lap down. James
1
still has a
minute
13
left.
second
After
lead
4
here.
minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Vince Lim, and Ryan Johnson.
James not far back. He can still push with 45 seconds on the clock. They could still make a mistake.
45 seconds left.
Dan pretty uncontested at the moment. He's got a 9.7 second lead over Vince. Vince just running his own race.
"30 seconds left. After 4 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, Vince Lim, and Ryan
25
Johnson.
seconds.
"15 seconds left.
Ryan going up into the 2 with 13 seconds on the clock.
10, 9, 8, 7,
Big
6,
upset there.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Vince Lim done. Darren Smith done. Earl Newton done. James Paulson done. Dan Jefferson done.
Ryan, I wasn't far off with my
All
speculations
drivers
there.
are finished.
You put the work in.
Ryan
Nice job.
Johnson done. The race is completed.
All right, 21.5 is up. That is unbelievably loud. I don't like that. No.
Yeah, that's a little extra time to.
That's awful. Could I have you start this one so I can get my car ready?
David Pyle. Matt Hoyt. Jeremy Smedley.
All right, just need Yoder to go across the line.
Yoder.
All right, got checks on everyone. No speed, no speed. Straightaways closed. Order's going to go David, Matt Yoder, Matt Hoyt, and Jeremy. Driver's ready. Marshall's ready on the tone. Here we go.
After 30 seconds, the
All
top
right, 4:30
drivers are
on the
David
clock.
Pyle, Yoder,
David out on
and
the 1,
Jeremy
Matt 2,
Smedley.
Jeremy 3, Matt 4. Caution on step down, caution step down. In between the crack in the wall. Sweeper, sweeper,
Alan
sweeper,
Warren's left.
sweeper.
The
Inside,
top
inside,
drivers are
inside,
David
inside,
Pyle, Matt Hoyt,
inside.
and Jeremy Smedley.
Someone, one of you, anyone.
After 1 minute 31 seconds, the top drivers are David Pyle, Jeremy Smedley, and Matt Hoyt.
Caution after the double, caution after the double.
3 minutes After left. 2 minutes 1 second. The top drivers are David Pyle, Matt Hoyt, and Jeremy Smedley. After 2 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are David Pyle, Matt Hoyt, and Jeremy Smedley.
So Matt sitting in that 2 spot right now. Jeremy in 3, Matt in the 4. Jeremy, you could probably single that. Caution after the sweeper, caution after the sweeper.
2 minutes left. After 3 minutes 1
Caution
second,
at the double,
the
caution
top
at
drivers
the double,
are
that is
David
clear.
Pyle, Matt Hoyt, and Jeremy Smedley.
Caution at the double, caution at the double. So battle for the mat is in 2 and 3 right now. They are about a
After
6
3
second
minutes
gap at the
31
moment.
seconds, the top drivers are David Pyle, Matt
Hoyt's
Hoyt,
just got to
and
keep
Yoder.
together for next minute 24. And he can secure that 2 spot.
One minute left. After 4
Less
minutes
than a
2
minute on the
seconds,
grid.
the
Just
top drivers
needs
are
to make
David
no
Pyle, Matt
mistakes.
Hoyt, and Yoder. "45 seconds left.
"35 seconds.
30 seconds left. After 4 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are David Pyle, Matt Hoyt, and Yoder. "15
Up
seconds
next, two-wheel
left.
drive modified.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yoder done.
All right.
Jeremy Smedley done. David Pyle done. All drivers are finished.
All right, 2 mod
Matt
is up.
Hoyt done. The race is completed.
Now you go fast. No, you go fast. Sure, go ahead. Tighten your ball stud. Alexander's got to tighten his ball stud. Let's get him checked in.
Emily Weldon.
Blue Loctite works well on those,
Vince
Alexander.
Lim.
Not enough.
Dan Jefferson.
Comes Yoder and Alexander and Ryan. Thanks for coming, everybody, tonight. We will see everybody on Friday for the next round of the Team Powers series. That's been a really good series.
Lil Putton.
Okay, Ryan and Yoder get checked in.
Ryan Johnson.
Let's get Yoder across the line.
Yoder.
All right, line them up. Ryan, Vince, Alexander, Yoder, Emily, and Daniel starting from the back. Huh? We need somebody at the back of the step down. Oh, he's got it. Yeah, just. All right, here we go. We need somebody in front of me, too. You going to get this? Cool. Awesome. Here we go. On the tone, less than 5. Oh, boy. One, two, three, down the straight they go. Ooh, Alexander took a look inside Vince. Here comes Dan up the floor. Oh, no! Grab him, grab him, grab him. One, two, three with a breakaway.
After 30 seconds,
Oh,
the top
second
drivers
place.
are Ryan Johnson, Vince
Oh,
Lim, and
Alexander
Lil
being
Puttin.
really nice. Last time it was Ryan and Vince battling, or Ryan and Daniel. And Vince ran away with it, so.
After 1 minute, 4 minutes left, the top drivers are Ryan Johnson, Vince Lim, and Lil Puttin.
Vince Lamaco has turned it up a notch here lately. He's driving really well. Nose to tail, Ryan and Vince. Some good racing there.
After 1 minute 30 seconds, the top drivers are Ryan Johnson, Vince Lim, and Lil Puttin.
All right, here we go.
After 2 minutes left, the top drivers are Ryan Johnson, Vince Lim, and Lil Puttin.
Ryan with a 23.512. Vince had a 23.508, so Ryan's got to pick up about 3 seconds. Oh, no. Alexander taps out. Or is
After
that
2
Ryan?
minutes 30 seconds, the
Vince
top drivers
takes over
are
the
Vince
lead.
Lim, Lil Puttin, and Ryan Johnson.
So it's Vince, Alexander, Daniel now. Ooh. Vince on a 5:10, so they're within range of the first round. Okay, just stay with it. Yeah, just leave it. Yeah.
2 minutes after left. 3 minutes 1
Right.
second.
Yeah, yeah.
The top drivers are Vince Lim, Lil Puttin, and Dan Jefferson.
Oh boy. 23.509 is the pace. Vince had a 23.508. So Alexander is close. It was 1.6. Now it's 1.3. You got a minute 34 left.
After 3 minutes 31 seconds, the top
Now
drivers
it's
are Vince
just
Lim, Lil Puttin, and Ryan
Nose
Johnson.
to tail. Oh boy. Held on to that one. Fast lap a 12.4 out of Alexander. They're on a 5:08 pace, so you got 1 minute left
1
to
minute
make something.
left.
Oh, Vince!
After 4 minutes,
Oh
2
no, they
seconds,
both
the
sweeper,
top
sweeper,
drivers are
straightaway,
Vince Lim,
straightaway,
Lil Puttin,
sweeper.
and Ryan Johnson.
So with that, Ryan takes over the lead. It's gonna definitely slow down the pace, though.
45 seconds left.
Yeah, they're on a 5:12 now.
30 seconds left. After 4 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Ryan Johnson, Lil Putton, and Dan Jefferson.
Oh boy.
15 seconds left.
Oh no. So
10,
Alexander
9,
is going to move
8,
at least up to the
7,
2.
6, 5, 4,
On a 5'11", I don't think you can pick
2,
up 3 seconds.
1. Yoder done. Ryan Johnson done. Dan Jefferson done. Vince Lim done. Emily Weldon done.
All right, so Alexander
All
will take the
drivers
2
are finished.
overall.
Lil Putton done. The race is completed.
Huh? All right. Nice run.
Final drive ratio.
The ball set is definitely loose last time.
Could have taken it overall.
Emily Weldon.
I was like, oh, sweet.
Yeah. That's usually how it goes to me. He's like, oh, yeah.
Brendan Pan S. Switch. Clinton. Todd Murray.
Too bad. Good try. All right. I need a Marshall at the step down, please. Marshall at the step down. I need Duncan and Templeman to go across the line, please. Duncan and Templeman.
Duncan. Todd Templeman.
All right, order's going to go Rob, Todd, Brian, Emily, Brendan, Todd, and Clinton. Chris, you're not in this one. You're in the A sort. All right. Again, Rob, Todd, Brian, Emily, Brandon, Todd, and Clint. All right, drivers ready, marshals ready, on the tone. Here we go. Yeah.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Todd Murray, Brendan Pan S. Switch, and Emily Weldon.
All right, 4:12 on the clock. Todd out on the 1, Emily do caution, sweeper, 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 clear. So Murray out in the 1, Emily in the 2, Brian in the 3, Robert in the 4, Clint in the 5, Brendan in the
After
6.
1 minute, 4 minutes left, the top drivers are Todd Murray, Emily Weldon, and Duncan.
Battle between Murray and Emily. Down the straightaway, they go through the sweeper. Emily's got the pace. She's got the inside line. She just needs Todd to make a mistake. Brian not far off. About a straightaway gap between them. So your top 3 drivers on the grid. Emily looking inside. There she goes. Through goes
After
Emily.
1 minute 30 seconds,
Let's put
the
Todd
top
down that
drivers
2
are Todd
spot
Murray,
there.
Emily Weldon, and Duncan.
Caution after the sweeper. Caution after the sweeper. Keep it clean. Keep it clean.
After
3
2
minutes.
minutes left, the top
Brian
drivers
is
are
caught up
Emily
to the
Weldon,
pack, so
Todd
he is
Murray,
right all
and
over the
Duncan.
back of Todd now. Todd's got to do a little more defensive driving than offensive driving now. Keep his spot. Caution sweeper, right in the middle. Stay inside on sweeper, stay inside. Clear. Again, my condolences go out to Dan for my involuntary wreck.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds,
I got
the top
2:30 on
drivers
the
are
clock.
Emily Weldon, Duncan, and Todd Murray.
Yeah, I take your word for it. I mean, you've seen my driving previously, so I don't doubt you. I just don't remember it. I mean, I remember it happening. I don't remember what happened. Caution at the end of the sweeper. Caution at the end of the sweeper.
2 minutes left.
Caution,
3 minutes
sweeper,
1
caution,
second.
sweeper.
The top drivers are Emily Weldon, Duncan, and Todd Murray. After 3 minutes 31 seconds, the top drivers are Emily Weldon, Duncan, and Clinton.
All right, so Brian on the 1, Emily in the 2, Clint in the 3, Rob in the 4, Brandon in the 5. They're all together on the track. We'll see where the standing is next time by. Caution on the step down, caution on the step down.
One minute left. After 4 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Duncan, Emily Weldon, and Clinton.
Hey, if I can do it, you can do it too. Granted, I only got
45 seconds left.
40 seconds on the clock. Behind you, Vince, behind you.
30 seconds left. After 4 minutes 32 seconds, the top drivers are Duncan, Emily Weldon, and Clinton.
20 seconds on the clock. Comes down to this lap.
15 seconds left.
10 seconds. They will get
9,
this one, and
8,
that will be
7,
it.
6,
Emily looking inside. Emily
5,
looking outside.
4, 3, 2,
Trying to find a gap.
1. Clinton done.
Down the straightaway. It's all over.
Duncan done.
Brian going
Emily
to take
Weldon
that one.
done.
Emily in the 2.
Brendan Pan
0.2
switch
seconds
done.
was the gap on that. Nice
All
run,
drivers
guys.
are finished. Final drive ratio done. The
Heck
race
of a
is
battle.
completed.
Nicely done. All right, last race of the night, A2. Heck of a drive, guys. All right. We're looking for Dan, James, Earl, Kevin, Ryan, Matt, and Chris.
Dan Jefferson,
Let's go ahead and get marshals out to the track. Drivers up to the stand.
fearless leader. Earl Newton. James Paulson. Ryan Brownlee.
All right, I still need checks from Matt and Chris. Okay. 10-minute call for Kevin.
Chris Morrison. Matt Hoyt.
All right, I got checks on everyone. No speed, no speed. That straightaway is closed. The order's going to go Dan, James, Earl, Kevin, Ryan, Matt, and Chris. All right, Dan, James, Earl, Kevin, Ryan, Matt, and Chris. All right, drivers ready, marshals ready, on the tone. Here we go. Caution end of the sweeper, caution end of the sweeper. That's clear.
After 30 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, James Paulson, and Earl Newton. After 1 minute left, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, James Paulson, and Earl Newton.
All right, 3:55 on the clock. Dan on the 1, James 2, Earl 3, Ryan 4, Chris 5, Kevin 6, Matt 7, 12, 7, 8, 0. Fast lap out of Jefferson.
After 1 minute 31 seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, James Paulson, and Earl Newton.
.305 on the clock.
3 minutes left. After 2 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson,
Close battle
James
between
Paulson,
Earl and
Earl
Ryan
Newton.
right now. Ryan two-wheeling it, holds it together. Taps out, but quick recovery over the wall ride. Doesn't lose a position. Fast footwork out of the Marshall in the middle. Kevin has closed that gap on Chris. Chris got to fight for that a little bit.
After 2 minutes 31 seconds,
Kevin's
the top
definitely got the
drivers are
pace.
Dan Jefferson, James Paulson,
Ryan's
and
got to
Earl
keep it a
Newton.
little tighter on the pipe. He's leaving a lot of room. Earl and Ryan have spaced out that gap to about 2.3 seconds, so there are no close battles really going on the track right now.
2 minutes left. After 3 minutes 1 second, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, James Paulson, and Earl Newton.
.142 on the clock. Kevin has closed that gap again on Chris. That is still
After
the
3
closest
minutes
battle on the
31
grid.
seconds, the top drivers are Dan Jefferson, James Paulson, and Earl Newton.
Chris taps out over the wall ride. Kevin goes through the inside. Down the straightaway. He's got to hold on to that. He's got a minute 10 on the clock. He can now start pushing up towards Ryan. Ryan's going to need to pick up that pace a little bit. Kevin's got clean air.
1 minute
Full
left.
straightaway gap now.
After 4 minutes 2
Kevin's going to put
seconds,
some pace down.
the top drivers
Ryan
are Dan
taps out over
Jefferson,
Karen. That's
James
going to close the
Paulson,
gap
and
even
Earl
more.
Newton.
Kevin is within striking distance now. We got 45 seconds on that clock. Down the straightaway they go.
45 seconds left.
Ryan's got to stay tight on the pipe. Caution after the wall ride. Caution on the wall ride.
.30 seconds left. After
So
4
Kevin
minutes
and Earl
32
now
seconds,
the battle to
the
watch.
top drivers are Dan Jefferson, James Paulson, and Ryan Brownlee.
Down the straightaway, they got 15 seconds on the clock.
15 seconds left.
Kevin looking for an overtake on Earl.
10,
Earl's got to keep it tight on the
9,
pipe there.
8, 7,
Kevin goes through. Earl
6,
goes. Didn't
5,
see what happened there.
4,
Looks like
3,
Kevin made it through that all
2,
right.
1.
That's a race.
Fearless leader
Keep going
done.
until she calls you done. Keep
Earl
going,
Newton
keep going.
done.
Caution straightaway.
Matt Hoyt done. Dan Jefferson done.
Heck of a
Chris
push out
Morrison
there.
done. Ryan
All
Brownlee
right, that's
done.
the race. Thank you all for coming out.
All
Appreciate
drivers
it.
are finished.
Thank
James
you so
Paulson
much.
done.